Alzheimer's, dementia and other degenerative diseases are loss of quality of life, and also a cause of suffering and lifelong stress, including for family members and especially the descendants. Degenerative diseases are not just about cognitive decline, because all degenerative diseases are associated with hospitalization and death. Resuming, most probably the food we eat affects about everything related to health, and indirectly about all other aspects of our lives. The claim that health is what matters most, or is the greatest wealth, has its reason for its persistent existence. The only people on this planet that have their food from agroforests for all their lives, and their ancestors' lives, are the Amazon Amerindians. These Amerindians, who gather their foods in the agroforest parts of the Amazon forest, and for consensus very unexpectedly feature the best heart and brain health of the world, together with close to zero chance to develop cardiovascular disease, as well as all degenerative diseases for that matter. We present to you a series and playlist that relates to these groups of Amerindians that gather their food in agroforest parts of the Amazon forest. Very importantly, as said, their exceptional health is a fact despite their very high inflammatory markers, which in all others humans clearly worsen health in general, including arteriosclerosis and cardiovascular disease. According to science, high inflammatory markers are markers for disease, degenerative diseases, and death. For instance, the recent spikes in excess deaths are related to high inflammatory markers. The elevated inflammatory markers of these Amerindians are at least in part caused by not having medical assistance in the locations they live. They also do not treat certain intestinal worms, and it does not seem to bother them. We humans do not generally know about these Amerindians' exceptional health, possibly also because these Amazon Amerindians represent population fractions of 8 to 9 countries that each host parts of the Amazon forest. Before this research and the subsequent facts, our scientists did not think of Amazon Amerindians as a reference of health. Also, consensus tells us that they kind of evolved as latest, and that this occurred only rather recently, somewhere 13,000 years ago, as a kind of result of a genetic bottleneck event or a founder population effect, which has negative effects on about everything, including health. This is proven untrue, and they are in fact the ancestors of all modern humans. At the same time, these are yet other important arguments, including the most relevant ancestral markers, in favor of out of the Americas hypothesis, and in disfavor of the consensus out of Africa hypothesis. So, this holding on to certain consensus that is proven to be wrong by ancestral markers, ancient DNA, and science in general, is prejudicial for us to understand our absence of health, our eventual vulnerability to diseases and health crises, including the future but already announced however not yet identified disease X, as well as announced breakthroughs of hitherto endemic zoonoses. In case we are in fact vulnerable, and we do not solve or ease it in time, this disease X or breakthroughs could and probably, apart from hitting us modern humans, could and probably will also hit very hard on our economies and especially our electrical security, energy security, this amongst many others, including healthcare systems. Not optimizing and sufficiently securing electrical autonomy and security significantly increases the risk of individuals, communities, and even countries to someday lose their houses, as well as the whole of their communities. Or even houses and communities of whole countries. In the context of the exceptionally health people, also relevant is that all other Native Americans, which are supposed to be genetically identical or similar, and that did not have their food and drinks from the Amazon forest or similar agroforests, do not present similar exceptional health. Further, good heart health is like a protection against degenerative diseases. Further, degenerative diseases are associated with health crises.